Don't worry, don't worry. Hey, people is gonna understand. I know that we have a good people and we have a good audience, and they're gonna say, "Oh my God, something happened."
Yeah, but it's
Don't
just a
worry about it.
technical fault. We're still alive, so things are good.
That's it. I mean, the important thing is that we're still on. We're still rocking. We're still cooking. So
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
I was
yeah,
I was looking that
yeah,
before it came out or
yeah,
something happened to the show.
yeah,
Um, I was just telling to the good people, hey, you have to share the recipes down there below in the comments. Hey, make sure that you tell us, hey, you have to see how the way we prepare this. And like for example, in Malaysia, in
yeah,
Thailand, in some part of the US that I see that
yeah.
we have a bunch of friends there. Hey, Mrs. Anita, Mr. Lamar, you better tell us, you better share something good to the people, man. I mean, we can learn a couple of things here. We can
Yeah.
definitely learn a couple of things.
I mean, it is so true. I mean, and to tell you why I think we should spend time talking about this. I mean, it is one of the solutions to keep your mind off, to be focused. Like Miguel, I wake up early in the morning. The first thing I do is to pray. I read the Bible. I pray. I pray for my family. I pray for myself. And then the next thing I think of is like, what am I going to cook? What am I going to eat for me, my husband? What am I going to do today? So, and of course, the main thing is that, talk about life takes a big part of my time in the day, and doing a lot of online marketing, social media marketing for all of my co-hosts, for yourself. I
I
have
really
so
appreciate
much.
that one. Those have been really good.
Yeah,
Let
I
me tell you,
mean,
those have been really good.
thank you for that appreciation. I appreciate your appreciation, and that also keeps me going, because I find there's a lot of purpose in the thing that I do in Talk About Life, and also I do for with you all, in each and every one of you. I feel that, Miguel, even though this is our final show for you, definitely it's not the final time we're going to be together.
Of course.
And of course, because this is going to exist uh, for immortality online, forever online. Every time I think about the show, the things that we have done, I can always replay, I can always remarket. I mean, it's just like Netflix, right? You watch the same show over and over again, and they keep pushing out the movies to you, right? Right, even though
And
it's
like
the
saying,
top,
hey,
top
watch
is,
this, watch
yeah,
something
they keep telling
different.
you this is
Hey,
good, this is the favorite, this is the top 10. I mean, so what we do, I think, number one, Miguel, just to like revisit the purpose of what we are doing. Number one, you and I, we don't have to fill the airtime. Like I said, we are doing it because of the purpose of just coming together to tell the world that we are in this together, and to tell the world that, you're not alone. And this is
definitely.
something that you have said a lot of times, and something in you. And let me review some of the things that stayed with us and stayed with the listeners. And I play as a listener too, to your shows. It's like a personal revolution. I remember in the first episode that when you were with us, you talked about, you know, we have the reflection, we have to evolve. And if we have not evolved, we have not taken the time to reflect, to be a better person, I think, we're dead as a person. So I know some of these things, a quote from you, I think makes it really important, because sometimes just a word is like a friend, right? A friend that says
Yeah, of
something.
course. I mean,
Yeah,
I believe
it
that's correct.
reminds you. Yeah, and then it kind of keeps you going, it keeps you motivated, it encourages you. I think that serves the purpose. If everything of this, there's something that someone just remembered a word, I think we have done our job. Miguel, you think so?
I believe, actually, well, complementing a little bit about what you're saying, is that I believe that it's not only the testimonials that we share. I have seen a bunch of the shows, for example, with Ben Kitchings. I saw the other day the one of Dr. Moby. Moby, I don't remember. I always get confused there. Is it Moby?
Dr. Moby,
Okay, the other day I saw the one with Debbie Cobbled, and
Debbie.
I saw a bunch of those. I'm telling you, I
Wow.
become a fan. I've become a
Wow.
big fan out there. Mrs. Lillian.
Yeah.
It's also, you know, awesome people.
Yeah. It's
And
almost like a TV show, right?
yeah, I mean, Jessica Russell. And, the thing here is the chance that I receive. I got to speak about myself. All right. In this case, I have to speak from me. Um, it's been one of the greatest experiences in my life
Wow.
because I never expected to have this interaction with people from all over the world. Okay, maybe not directly because, well, I haven't been in one of the other shows, but it doesn't matter, For me, it has been something. It has been something amazing, especially because all the things that we can share, all the points of view, all the all, all the things we have to share.
All
Sometimes
the yeah.
one of the most important things is about that. I mean, what can I share to the people? Are they gonna listen to me? Uh, I'm hoping, every time we get into the show, I'm hoping that they don't think that I am crazy. I don't know. I have done a good job about it. Like, and I am pretty sure that a bunch of people has said, dude, that guy cannot be a teacher. He looks like he's
No,
gonna
I
make
would love you to
a
be my
show or
teacher.
something.
I would love you to walk into my class. It's gonna light up
That would be awesome.
all the students who are sleeping at the back. And because then
No, it's
everyone is
just that
going to tune into what you teach. Yeah, tell us more about your review. Tell us about your review. I mean, I'm so amazed. Number one, ladies and gentlemen, we've got there Miguel Flores. He spends his time watching the channel. I'm so amazed. I am absolutely amazed. Um, is there anything that sticks out in your mind, including your
probably
own
well,
show, including your
probably
own show,
well about my show.
including your show and the other people
Okay.
that you reviewed? Anything, a few things, maybe three things that stick out in your mind?
I would say that one of the things that I'm gonna stay with the most is, for example, watching Mrs. Anita Brown.
Mm,
Anita is such a powerful personality, uh, and it doesn't matter about the situation. She always has this encouraging words for you. Okay, I may not be a religious person, so sometimes I was like, okay, well, I know where she's getting it from, but what the thing that I really take from is all the encouragement that she gives you. It
yeah,
from her part, she's doing her thing, and she's letting people know we're gonna go through this. We just have to be faithful that this is gonna work out. Also, one of the shows that it really got me out there, like big big shock for me. It was when you had the chance to talk to Dr. Iman. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly. If
I
I
meant
didn't,
yes.
please,
I
doctor,
meant
I'm really sorry. I'm just a dumb Mexican here trying to share something nice to the world, But probably the her story about how they handled the situation with her dad. That's one of the things that I get a lot, from Lamar Wallace, his experience, helping people in the community and letting his business grow little by little, and letting everybody know that, okay, we're gonna be just fine. We just have to work together. Uh, Probably that's one of the things that I take from, and from my point of view, I believe that's one of the coolest things about talk about life, because you have the chance to meet a lot of people that you had no idea. I am pretty sure that 6 months ago you never expected to have this reception, uh, these answers from all over the world. I mean,
yeah.
6 months ago, I would never imagine that I would be in a show in the other side of the world. I mean, not in my wildest dreams, but it happened. And I am pretty sure that that's one of the things that I'm going to keep for a long time. I already shared this with my friends, and they told me, oh, dude, you really speak English? Like, dude, I'm an English teacher. What do you expect? Oh, dude, it sounds really good. Yeah, man. It was nice, bro. Some other people tell me, "Oh my God, you really were you out? Were you there in Singapore?" Well, I wasn't in Singapore physically, but the show, she's from there, and well, the show is from the Singapore. But yeah, we were there, and yeah, I would love to have a chance to meet with the rest of the crew. Just for one final session, so we can
Yeah,
have
that would be
everybody.
nice.
This is just a suggestion. I'm not saying you
Yeah,
have to do
yeah.
it,
That
but
would
it
be
would be
nice.
pretty
Yeah.
cool to have.
If I
It
could,
would be pretty
if
cool to have.
everybody doesn't mind coming on a particular day, I think Saturday would be nice if everyone can tune in. I think that's a great suggestion. Just to have like a 20-minute get together. I will throw that out. Miguel, you have actually said a lot. Is there anything about your show that you found that it was such an impression?
Mm, Probably that I am a very loud person.
We need you.
Now, what I'm saying here is that I never expected to, I don't know, to have all this freedom to talk. You know, uh, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that it's quite surprising for me because normally a lot of people tells me, okay, go easy on your comments, just go easy on your comments, go easy on your comments,
No.
and I don't know, for some reason I felt like I was like locked down, or I was like,
Yeah,
you know, you know what I'm saying? Like someone
yeah.
is holding me to just to unleash everything because and then you told me, yeah, you can go ahead. Oh,
Of
really? For sure. I mean, you
course.
better not regret what you just said because I'm going all in.
Come on, we need someone
and
like you. I mean,
and
you are such a free spirit, such an honest speaker. You speak from your heart, you speak from your soul. You don't try to change your words, you don't try to change the direction, you don't try to be like I mean, and the thing is that I think you are a very sensitive person. You have a very sensitive soul. You know where to draw the line and not offend anyone, and yet you're able to really speak your mind. I mean, you know how to maneuver it in such a way that is respectful, and yet you can be really honest. I really I respect you for that. And the thing is that um I'm so like you. I am so like you. Because I like those your style because I'm
thank
so
you.
like you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I mean, it's just that it's sometimes I feel like I'm not gonna say something that I don't feel. I mean,
Yeah,
the shows on YouTube or Facebook or stuff like that, they give you the opportunity to be yourself, right? I mean,
yeah, yeah.
of
Just be
course, you
yourself.
understand that sometimes they censor you for whatever stupid reason you can guess. I mean, for example, remember last week we were talking about, hey, careful because well, we talk about politics and it may get ugly here. Ah, well, okay, don't worry, I got you, right? And okay, the thing here is, okay, let's do it this way, and it has been working really good. Honestly, I mean, I once again I cannot thank you enough for
Oh,
giving me the chance to participate here. Since the first time we had our first show together on your podcast, I mean, I felt very welcome, and I felt like, okay, doesn't matter despite the geographical difference, because it is a little bit of a distance between us, but I believe I gained a friend on the other side of the world. I would never imagine that, and I am really thankful for that. I really want to thank you for that.
yeah. And Miguel, I didn't expect you to say that at all. And from the bottom of my heart, you have been such a sport. You have been such a good spirit. So honest, and I think the listeners and the viewers and even your students will take after you. They really enjoy your presence, and I think um, your presence, I think the kind of screen presence that you have. I mean, I think the first time I met you, I think you remembered I talked about you being in the Kim Kardashian show. I'm really just saying that I think 2021 It's going to be a really good year for you, for your school.
I hope so.
Um,
Thank you. Thank you for
because
your kind words.
because number one, you have what it takes to be a star, which is very difficult in a virtual world like what we're doing now. You know, you have the quality that jumps out from the screen, no matter how small the screen is. You know, our screen could
Yeah.
be so small, right? Because a lot of
It
times
doesn't.
we
It's
have
a
stopped
screen.
watching television already. This is our screen, but you have the ability to be able to jump out and to be very real, to be like a three-dimensional person. I think that's very important. And I think that's the quality that will make you very successful as a teacher, as a professor, as you engage people, and as you go into maybe expanding your business to be someone who engage the public.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
yeah, because this is a time whereby the world of the people in every part of the world, we only exist in a screen, right? We are almost just existing through a screen for now and for probably the next few years. So
I believe
I
that's true.
think,
That's
yeah, and
absolutely true.
yeah, I think that's why that is for me from a business point of view. If I look at it, your strength, your
Sorry.
strength, your straight talking ability, your straight talking quality, your loud quality, your animated character, your vibrancy, your energy, and the way you project yourself. I mean, this is not something that can someone else imitate. You can't. You really can't have someone just to be on the screen and to be like the next Miguel Flores. So I'm very sure, Miguel, I'm just letting you know this is what I see with my eyes. 2021 is going to be your year. 2021 is going to be the point whereby you take your business to another high level where
Thank
you
you.
can really project your ability through a screen when I think everyone is failing. When
Well, I just
yeah, you
hope that
understand what I'm
I
trying to
hope it
say?
continues that way.
It's almost like a marathon, right? People started a marathon. I mean, it's just like the school, right? You run around the field, right? After the first round, everybody was almost on the same line. But the second round, the third round, the fourth round, people are moving back and some people are pulling ahead. And I would think that if you think about that and if you really sit down to spend some time to recraft your business, which I think you are doing already, recraft your business to really expand and leverage whatever you already have to really level up, expand. Like what Jessica Russell said, go to the deep end, go
Yeah,
back
of
to your
course.
corporate training, go back to students wherever they are, but go back to the deep end and then expand and get your virtual teachers. And I think you have this ability when to be pulling yourself away from the crowd. That's when the marathon starts because people who are lethargic, if they can't present themselves, they do not have energy, people are not tuning them anymore. They are
Yeah.
tired of it because people are tired of life already because we have been in a lockdown for 1 year. Second year is coming. But I think Miguel, if you really sit down and you think about your the way you're going to move forward, spend 1 weekend, 2 weekends, it could be three, it could be four. How you can expand again much more and then really project yourself in many different factions. I think 2021 is for someone like you because I can see that you are pulling yourself away from the crowd and I can see you have that winning quality in you. When a lot of us we can't imitate the next Miguel. I mean that's for sure.
Well, I would say that
Before
the,
I
the way that I think about it
before you
is,
say anything, I'm just gonna give
oh,
you a big
my bad.
round, a big pat on the back, and a big round of applause. Okay, you
Thank
have
you.
done
Thank
so
you.
well, and I'm so fortunate to have you. And when I first, you are the first co-host I thought of. And to be honest with you, and to be honest with so many people, I only choose the people that I know because I didn't want to deal with numbers. I'm not interested in I mean, it's good to have numbers of the viewers. It's good to have numbers of Facebook. It's good.
They
But
help a
I
little
know
bit.
that wasn't my goal. My goal was quality communication through the screen. That's very important. We're not filling up airtime for nothing. We are doing it because we enjoy each other's company. We know we can click. We know we can have the chemistry, and we know people will tune in when they discover it again and again. Are you
They
right,
will see
Miguel?
it. I am pretty sure about it, and they will see it, and they will understand that this is not made for anybody just to feel like outside. This is for everybody.
Yeah,
All right. Yes, of course. I understand that there's going to be a lot of differences of opinions. There's going to be comments that are going to say, "What is wrong with you? What the hell you think?
that's
What do you know about
normal.
life?" I understand that that's going to happen. I understand that's going to happen, and you know what? That's fine because at the end of the day, we're we're starting the conversation here.
Yeah, yeah,
This is another platform for everybody to let their voice be heard.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Sometimes maybe that voice is not exactly what we're expecting, but at least we're
yeah,
doing it. The
yeah, yeah,
voices are there, and we continue to respect that. I
yeah,
believe that one of the things that has been very important in this show is especially the fact that especially you, because well, you're the host, but you have shown a lot of respect for everybody. And sometimes
you.
nowadays it's very hard to find someone that respects um, people.
Yeah,
Some I have seen here in Mexico a bunch of things in general about whatever topic you would like to. I mean, from the most random to the most important. And I have seen people that, okay, it's not about giving their opinion, it's about destroying the other person in front of a camera.
yes.
And I believe
Mm.
that's not what we are supposed to do, you know? And especially when we're on the internet, we're supposed to provide something for people to watch, or something to people to entertain, or maybe to listen to something. Probably there's going to be a bunch of people, okay, they're going to put play, or they're going to play this video, and because this is a nice conversation, they're going to continue doing stuff, like for example, they're in the kitchen, they're doing the laundry, I don't know, cleaning the house in general, but they're listening to people that are just speaking about how life has been. And well,
Yep.
this year has been something
Yeah.
special,
Has been something
not in
for
a
me.
good way, but it has been different. And it's part of life. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
part of it. We have to deal with it. It was our turn to have something like this. That's it.
yeah. And just to and also to echo what you say, um, I think we have, instead of preaching. I think you and I, we have shown through our show, and the whole panel of us have shown through our show that we are respectful, we are tolerant, we embrace differences, we embrace diversity, we respect people who
Yes,
are
and I believe that's the
diametrically
best part.
different.
I
I
believe
think,
that's the best part.
yeah, and I think that the way we have done it is not to preach, but we really show through the way we lived and through the way we conducted the whole February special to the rest, to show the rest of the world. And it wasn't
Yeah.
deliberate. I mean, it was so natural for us to be able to engage with people who are different. I mean, especially all of us have got different faith, and you are have a different faith and I have a different faith, and someone like Dr. Ayman have a different faith. um, we all come from different background, but yet we are able to engage and respect, and also knowing that all of us are in this together as
Of
one, and that's
course.
the beautiful thing about something that have come up from the pandemic. I think we have shown that um, we are trying to understand people from another part of the world. Like, you have not known someone from Singapore.
Not
I've
in my
not
life.
known someone or spoken someone so far away in US and Mexico through Zoom. I know we are talking about very deep issues, like mind the mind during the pandemic. And these are very deep issues. People who are really going, and I did, people are really going the tension in their brains, the tension in their mind. And I have to also admit to you that Miguel is also gets into me. Even though like the show that I'm doing, just also to feedback to Miguel, we're having this very honest conversation. There are times that I do get down. Even though I'm behind the camera, I'm in front of the camera, we try to give hope, we try to give a good reflection of what's the truth on the ground. Even the truth on the ground may not be good, we give the truth. It may be good, we give the truth. It may be in the middle, we give the truth. It's just a reflection. It's just like a mirror, we reflect. But there are times that it does get me into my mind. It isn't that easy,
Definitely.
especially when you don't know the future, especially when you don't know the future. Yeah, and I would like to, how should I say, salute to Miguel, because I think you are also one of the few person who are also preaching about staying home and making it through and being strong. I think there are people who are letting go already at some point because it is so tough. It could be tough for people that they are in a country whereby the fire is still burning outside. But I think you have shown, like for example, in Mexico, the numbers in Mexico, in Brazil, in US, it's really like raging up there. Even in some countries in Europe, in Germany,
Yeah,
for
of course.
example, in UK, for example. So I think you have shown your strength, Miguel. And I would like to also say to the listeners and the viewers, and even to Miguel, we do not need to make apologies because the world is different. While we accepted other people, and of course, other people have not accepted certain viewpoints, but it's okay because people come from a different level playing field. Right? Like what I said, some people
Of
are
course.
in the marathon, they are really running ahead. Like you and I, we're really running ahead. But some people are still at the back, right? They take time. They take time to embrace, they take time to understand and accept differences and diversity and opinions. So, but the thing is that I always feel do not make any apologies because we do not make apologies and neither should people make apologies. Just have this embracing train of thought that we just accept the differences. And if we don't make apologies, you are what you are, and we accept what you are, then the world will be okay. If we don't even need to apologize, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, of course.
Who the person just be who the person is, and the person just be who the person is, and then we just accept the differences. I think the beauty of the pandemic, if we're going to talk about something good that has happened in this in a very serious tone, Miguel, is that I think the show, if we review it, has shown that people are able to sit down and have a conversation about humanity and humanity as one when the differences are so great. I mean, you can talk about it in so many ways to cut it. Like what you say, Anita Brown, Pastor Anita Brown, she herself is a nurse. She was praying for people. She's praying for the vaccine. But and something that I brought up to Dr. Iman of a different faith, and yourself, uh, you have your own faith, and myself a different faith. But the virus doesn't, when it enters into a body, it doesn't care what faith you are when it's in your body. The virus, when it
Honestly, yeah.
enters into you, it doesn't care. When it enters into your bloodstream, it doesn't really care, like, okay, what language you speak.
Yeah, I mean, well, but yes, but it's true. I mean, uh, sometimes I see that there's a lot of people fighting for this kind of differences, and it doesn't make any sense to me, honestly. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people is telling us, okay, please respect what I say. Okay, you do it first. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
I always, well, I have always lived
yeah.
with this little phrase that my grandmother may she rest in peace, told me when I was a little kid. Treat the people the way you want to be treated. If you treat people like crap, it's because you want to be treated like crap. If you want to fight with, if you want people to fight you, it's because you want to fight people, you know. But if you're really nice to the people, it's because you want people to be nice with you. I mean, it's something that is so simple.
Mm.
Yes, I understand that there's going to be a bunch of differences. I mean, one of the biggest differences that I see in the world, but and I have never understood why it's still out there, is, for example, a racial differences.
Yeah, yeah,
For
yeah,
me, I'm just watching people in front of me.
yeah, yeah,
The color of your skin is just a part of who you are. It doesn't make you better or worse than me.
yeah, yeah,
And of course, I can say the same about me. I mean, and when you get a chance to really talk to these people and get to know them, bro, that's one of the coolest things that you could ever do.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
for example, I
and
would love to have this conversation, for example, with Lamar and Anita and Iron Man and Ben, Moby, everybody. Just put everybody here. Boom. Put everybody in the mixer and see what goes out of it. And I believe it's going to
yeah,
be a great show because this is a show of understanding, of cooperating. Okay,
understanding,
from the distance,
cooperation. Yeah,
it's going to be from the distance because, well, we're not exactly in the same place, but it doesn't matter because we're going to be learning from each other. We're going to be listening to each other and basically becoming better people just by listening to more and more and more people and understanding that, okay, there is a reason why they're saying all of what they're saying. I mean, sometimes I may not agree with that. It's gonna happen. Sometimes we may not share the same points of view. It's gonna happen. And I'm fine with that. It's
yeah,
not only fine, I love to have those that kind of interaction because it helps me to understand people just a little bit better and to get along with people a little bit better. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you believe in. It doesn't matter about here in Mexico. For example, if there is a segregation, is because of your how can I say this, economic standard or economic point of view. No, not point of view. It's economic standard. I don't know if I can. I'm explaining myself correctly.
yeah,
But the thing here is that is so this difference is so stupid for me. Sometimes people fighting with this or for this kind of differences is so stupid. The other
yeah,
day, and and sometimes I don't get it. The other day I was going on vacation like 2 or 3 years ago,
yeah,
and I remember that the local people, you know, that were working on the touristic business, they
yeah.
look at me for whatever reason. I said something in English, and immediately they thought this guy's from America. And I was like, wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. I told him, dude, this is my ID. I'm from Mexico City. But you don't look Mexico City.
Is there a look?
What? What the hell? No, no, it's not because there's a particular look for people in Mexico City. They said, dude, you're a
Yeah.
little bit blonder than the average person from Mexico. What? But I eat chili and peppers the way that everybody does. I eat beans,
Yeah.
nopales, tortillas. I like mariachi. I like banda. I like salsa. I like to sing a bunch of music that we have here with all my heart when I'm drunk because I really want to let it out. I mean, I sing the national anthem because I know it from elementary school. I watch the soccer games because the Mexico's team is going to play. I don't know how I have to prove that I am Mexican, you know, and sometimes it's weird. And because of that little detail, that my looks are not exactly average from Mexico, because that's not. I get treated differently.
Mm,
Sometimes in a good way, but sometimes in a bad way. And I don't get
mm.
it. I don't get it. This is some sort of, maybe it's gonna sound extremely weird, but it's like if I'm experiencing this passive racism. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
understand
Okay.
why.
I know, I know, I know what you mean.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
the thing here is that I know the feeling, I know the sensation. Sometimes I understand what they're going through. For example, in the United States with the Black Lives Matters movement, I
yeah,
truly understand it, even though it doesn't look like it. But well, what can I do? That's the way things are. Okay, I embrace that. The world is not perfect. So what? I
Yeah.
mean, the fact that the world is not perfect is what makes us grow as people every single time.
Yeah. And I think during this pandemic, I think we do have a lot of time. Like for example, we are having such a conversation like this. Can you imagine if we had not been this lockdown period, we wouldn't be able to even have a conversation like this. And you know that I do have a series on Black Lives Matters coming up in 2021 that I'm going to release out into the YouTube into my channel. I think you brought up a lot of very important issues. Not only about, I think racism is a very simple terminology. It just means discrimination. I mean, discrimination could be different things, right? It could be
Yeah, of course.
discriminating someone, like what you say, different financial background,
Yes.
classism, people from different part of the country, from the city, from the south, from the north. You heard about all this, right? People from the north, the people from this, whatever is it. I think it's all about just people trying to uh, look at differences more than similarities. I think if there's a conversation that's going to start in this pandemic, it would be about humanity. If someone is going to lead a conversation during 2021, I think we have already started it. I think we have already started it by showing that the differences in us doesn't matter. We are able to converse and talk about humanity and talk about our lives. And you look at it, you are in Mexico, you talk about the same issue that Americans are talking about, that Asians are talking about, putting food on the table, talking about jobs, talking about looking for better economic survival means, talking about recovery from the pandemic. So I think we are more similar than different in so many parts of the
Of
world that
course.
we couldn't even
Definitely.
envisage. And Ben Kitchens was just saying that this show has actually given him an opportunity, like what you say, talk to many different people, or even viewing the shows that, hey, actually everyone in the world has more similarities than differences, especially as he reflects his own country that's going through a very rough time now in the US. They're finding out the differences of identity, and a lot of clashes in the US. But I think the show has given us an opportunity to have a conversation about the world, about not
Yeah,
even looking at differences. Not even You don't even need to talk about the differences. The more you talk about it, the more you magnify it. But we talked about similarities. Let's magnify the similarities and let's talk about the similarities. So,
definitely. I mean,
like one of the shows, like what you say, Dr. Iman, she talked about her dad. I mean, that sent a lot of anxiety in me too. What is going on with her and her life, and the dad that's recovering right now. It's the same story throughout the world, wherever you are, in whichever country, whatever faith, whatever color, whatever language, whatever nation you are in. I think we have started on this, and hopefully that this engine would continue. And I'd also like to let Miguel know that I have not seen another show that has actually led this conversation this way about the pandemic. And yeah, I think we have given ourselves a chance to show the world, someone should lead the conversation. Someone should put it on the table to say, hey, let's look at humanity as one, and let us join hands with physical difference, join the virtual hands to move
yes,
forward to the post-pandemic world, whereby we will become, we will understand each other more, because conversations have started. Understanding and trying to understand each other has already started during the pandemic. What do you say, Miguel?
I would say, first of all, that would be fantastic. I understand that there's going to be a lot of people that may not agree because they have the way, the personalities and opinions. And you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Honestly, no, that's okay. I mean, why would I fight for it? There's no reason. All right. All the opposite. I mean, it doesn't matter. Okay, we don't share opinions. Doesn't matter. Just come here.
It doesn't matter. Yeah,
We are living in the same world. We have
yeah,
different points of views. Yes, we see it differently. Some people see the glass half filled, or
yeah,
some others see it half empty.
yeah,
That's okay.
yeah.
I mean, but as long as we embrace other people's
Respect it.
opinions,
Yeah,
not as
yeah,
ours, but just to
yeah,
just to listen to them,
yeah,
to
yeah,
understand it. Sometimes you have no idea what is or who is going to tell you something that is going to
yeah,
change your world
yeah,
or
yeah,
change your mind or change
yeah,
the way you look at things. You just don't know it. Let life surprise you. And
yeah.
like for example, you remember that movie from Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
The you know that
About the chocolate, right? You never know what's in the
yes, about
chocolate,
the
the
chocolate
box of
box. Life is
chocolate.
like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're gonna get.
With that, Miguel, before we wrap up, I actually wrote a poem for the people in pandemic. I'm not sure if you watched and read my poetry, my
Oh
poem.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going
Let
to
me tell
read
you
this.
something. I am looking at it right now on the Facebook page of Talk About Live. You better check it out, people. There's a
Okay,
bunch of good stuff over there.
thank you. Okay, I'm just going to read. Um, it's actually written for everyone, people who are going through prolonged lockdown. I feel for them, and I felt that, this is something that it's a dedication to the people out there, and it's also written for all of us co-hosts that we have come together. Okay, all right, I'm just going to read this before we log off, before we say goodbye
Mhm.
to Miguel for the last final show. All right, okay. It's called These Long Nights. Yes, the nights get long. And then I'm going to interpret to the listeners and the viewers a little bit
Just go
after.
for it.
Okay. These long nights, written for friends in pandemic. When the roads seem winding and the nights seem long, the lights are turned off, so are the dreams, so are the hopes and the dreams. When the smiles are gone and the eyes turn dim, the down times become stressful and you need to scream. You scream in your head, you feel it in your heart. God, how long more is this going to be? How long more is this going to take? You miss your friends, you miss your families and your home, including the laughters, the sparkles, and the scents. Now, as you look up and around you see, ahead is shrouded in the dark, in the twilight streets. You have tried so hard to say hello, to raise a little bit of hope and a little bit of a smile. People seem strange and they don't want to talk. They lock themselves up as they distance away. Then you flip the switch and then you say goodbye to hello till we see each other someday. When you turn away to go, it is time you know, but you really don't know. The streets behind still remain the same, the shadows turning long as you walk away.
Yeah.
This is written for all those people who feel lonely, isolated, locked up in the pandemic, and they feel that they are being isolated from their friends, their families. They can't go home. They are kept in a different town, in a different country because of borders lockdown. There are a lot of stories like that, and also people who feel that um, you know there isn't much hope. There isn't much hope. The plans that you made have just disappeared. The plans that you wanted to do have just disappeared, and the lights are turned off. You can't really see the street ahead. So the streets, the roads is about the plan and about the life ahead. So this is something that I wrote it's just something very simple, just came to me like in 5 minutes. I wrote to dedicate and to feel for the people who are on prolonged lockdown. So there you have it. Miguel Flores, would you like to
Thank you so much.
say something for the next 30 seconds to lock off? And
Thank you so much for the chance. It's been fun. I really hope that I can get a chance to talk to you a lot more. I hope that we can do this. Okay, maybe not as often as now, but I hope this is not the last time. And you better make that group meeting. You better make it happen.
yeah, yes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a shout out in the group and I'm going to say Saturday, 8 a.m. EST, 8 a.m. Standard Eastern Time. Come on online, and I'm going to see like who will come on online on Saturday. Will that be good?
Yeah, that would be
That would be
great.
wonderful. All right. Thank you so much, Miguel. Once again, it's such a sad moment for me because I kind of like grew to meet you all every day. I mean, this is now has become a big part of my life. Talk about life, and it's a big part of my life for this live cast to be broadcast to the world to tell something that is meaningful, that is something that we can register and record for history. I think we are doing our part, Miguel. I'm sad to say goodbye. And yet something good is going to happen, for 2021, I'm sure for all of us. And let's look forward to the Miguel and Vicky show sometime towards the year. Maybe we
Yes,
should talk about that.
we have to. We have to. We must do it. It's like
I
a
must
must.
sign
It's
up
an
as your
obligation.
student,
All
and
right.
I'm going to get
Hey,
some tips
people,
from you. Yeah. All right.
remember,
Thank you so much.
if you listen to this show, remember we're gonna give you something good here. All right, we're gonna give you something real good. All right, Plus Education Mexico. Remember, if you say I watch you with Vicky and talk about life, we're gonna give you something good discount. All right.
Yeah. Please go to Plus
Sorry for the
Education.
commercial.
Please go to Plus Education. If you want to learn English, you have watched Miguel, a professor of English. I think he has presented himself like a professor. His impeccable English, and you've got how many millions of people? Like 250 million people in Central America to South America.
Latin
Please
America
tune
is
in
big.
to him. His
Latin
podcast
America is big.
is Pam Dash Podcast, right?
This
And
hashtag,
he's
yeah. So I will
yeah,
put it right here. I will put it right here. Pam, el podcast. If you want to talk, you want to put your brains away. You want to talk about something
yeah,
fun. We talk about comic books, anime, movie, TV series, everything in a way that
animation,
we can only do
yeah,
it. I mean, you know
anime.
how I talk, so imagine how the show is.
Fantastic. I
Excellent.
love the energy over there. Just that I couldn't understand the Mexican
Oh,
language, but I want to really make a shout out to your school, Plus Education, and there you have it. Professor, principal, and teacher. And I would really say that he would be someone that, if you're a mother or a father who's tuning into the show, you must have him as the teacher who's going to grip the attention of your child in front of the laptop screen that is 10 inches by 5 inches. You need to grip the student's attention because it is hard. And I've taught students before, in my past careers. It is really, really hard because the students will, they will meddle
yeah.
with the keyboard. They will look at the phone. They will pretend they're watching. But daddy and mommy, please register your child to listen and to learn English from Miguel. He's such a good teacher. You've seen him for the past few shows. And if that's a testimony, I think you better tune in to him quickly so that your child can pay attention, and the rate of success and the rate of learning will go zoop that way.
You better
Plus
do it. Okay.
education. Yeah, and it doesn't matter where you are in every part of the world: Africa, Asia, South America, Central America. Tune in to Plus Education. Go to Miguel. Flores, as your professor, principal, and teacher, and I can vouch for him. Your child will never want to miss the class. Am I right?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what we do. That's what we do. We make
That's what
everything
your
fun for the
promise
little
is.
boys out there. And we make everything fun for the little kids.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you one thing: they're gonna have fun. They're gonna have a good time. They're gonna learn a lot of things, And here we are,
Yeah.
waiting for you
No,
guys.
number one is engagement through the screen.
Of
That's
course.
the point. If you don't engage a student through that screen, it's done because his mind is going to be elsewhere.
Yeah.
And the mothers and the teachers do not know. After 1 month, after 2 months, 3 months, the child is not learning anything because the mind's child is switched off. So
Yes.
fathers,
The
mothers,
kids, they're somewhere else.
grandmothers, and grandfathers, go to Miguel. He's the teacher to be with because he can engage the students and draw the attention. I'm going telling you, from a teacher's point of view, attention is number one. Engagement is number one. If we lose the students'
We're done.
attention, that's it. There's no learning. There's no learning. Okay. So I hope I've done a good job in publicizing your school.
Thank you. No, you really have. You really
Yeah.
have. I don't have this kind of publicity anywhere else.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Please remember that education is borderless. Go to Plus Education. Thank you, Miguel. Let's give
Thank you, Vicky.
you a round of applause.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Miguel. Thank you. Bye. But that's not the end of our friendship and our
Of course
conversation. We
not.
will take it offline. Ladies and
Thank you.
gentlemen, bye.
All right, so long,
Salute.
people.